Good evening, all. I am Annette, your host here at Word on the Curb. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Tonight, we're going to talk about when people think they're on top. But before we do, I'd like to thank my producers, Frank and Christina Sasso, for the work they do to keep me engaged. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'd also like to shout out all small business owners. And as you know, excuse me, small business owners are important to me because I know what it takes to be one. So keep up the good work. Don't give up. Support small businesses. And hey, for those of you who are out there looking for support, make sure you support others too. That door swings both ways. If you want support, you have to give support. Again, I am your host here at Word on the Curb. I'm happy to be here. You can see us on Facebook. You can see us on YouTube. You can see us on Spotify. You can see us on Apple. You can see us on a number of places. You can hear us at Sirius Radio. We're there. We want to be where you are. Again, thank you for joining me. Tonight's topic is about people who think they're on top and what they do when they're there. So let's have the conversation. This is not subliminal, nor is it meant to be. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, apply, let it fly. Okay? My experience, strength, and hope. Oftentimes, when people think they're on top, they misunderstand the top for control. And it's usually not only control, but it's disrespect. So let me put this up front. When you think you're on top and you are disrespecting others, when the bottom falls out, keep that same energy. Because where I am, there's disrespect that will close doors that apologies will never open. I'm not going to disrespect you, and you're not going to disrespect me. I don't care who you are, where you come from, or what you do. Your title doesn't matter either. Okay? So, respect is important. And oftentimes, people think when they're in positions that they have the authority to disrespect and misbehave. Hey, Vera Greenwood, thanks for joining me. A friend that I've known forever. Love you, Vera. Thanks. But sometimes when people on top, they misunderstand being the lead and they disrespect people. They mistreat people. They act, I'm giving you my experience, strength, and hope, but I'm getting a little warm, so I'm going to take off my jacket. Excuse me for a minute. But there are times when people are on top and they disrespect others. And then when the bottom falls out, they'll see you and think that it's different. Nah, baby. If you disrespected me then and that door closed, keep that same energy. I'm not changing. This is one area that I've worked particularly hard on because I know how difficult it is when you close a door and you know you're not going to open it again. Has nothing to do with forgiveness. Don't confuse the two. When you're on top, when you're doing well, it doesn't just mean being in a leadership position. You could be doing well. You could be having the time of your life, making money, going places, doing things, and you'll disrespect the person who is not where you are. So when the bottom falls out, and eventually it does for everybody along the way, sooner or later, somehow, keep that same energy. Don't expect people to fall and trip all over you when you finally find yourself and realize that the bottom has fallen out and you're standing alone. Let me give you a good example. And to ensure that I'm not sued, I'm not going to mention any names. But there's a particular guy, I won't even call him a gentleman because that's not what he is, who was condescending, disrespectful, created situations that didn't exist, misbehaved, um, targeted folks, and just did real inappropriate things. Not to mention having a flat out affair with a married woman who was subordinate to his title. I digress. No names. And lately, I've seen this person here or there, and they want to wave and speak and smile as if they were never disrespectful. And tonight, I saw that person again at an event, and they thought it was going to be okay to wave and speak because we're in the church. Listen, God knows who I am, and I absolutely know who I am. I want you to keep the same energy you had when you were disrespectful and out of control when you thought you were on top. That bottom's starting to feel a little soft now, isn't it? Starting to be, you're feeling some flex in that bottom now, aren't you? You created that. You created that. And sometimes you got to know when it's time for you to move on. You do. But don't give people bad energy. Don't disrespect people. This is for all of us. Don't disrespect people and expect that you're going to get good energy from them. You're going to get no energy. It's going to be zero energy. They're not returning your energy. They're just not giving you any. And so for them or anybody else who sees this, who thought there was a time and place where you could be disrespectful and out of control with Annette Latigue, I'm not returning your energy, but I'm not giving you energy. I want you to keep the same energy you had when you thought you could disrespect me, and for no reason, except that you were laying your head in the bed where it didn't belong and being guided by that. Yep, I said it. I meant it. I can represent it. You know how you have receipts? I've got receipts. Okay? I'm not going to talk about anything I don't have receipts for. Nothing. But I share this tonight because so often, so many people think they can treat you however they want and then forget that they mistreated you. Not that you're holding on to it, but people can't spit in your face and then see you and be waving at you with the spit on your face. You can't do that. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated. That's so important. And I share this tonight because I've encountered that person 2 or 3 times, and they act as if, we're cool. We're not cool. We're not going to be cool. Not mad at you. Very disappointed in you then. And now the door has closed. It won't reopen. And don't force my hand to post your receipts, because I have them. Document, document, document. So this is for the working world. When people come for you for no reason and they mistreat you, my question is always going to be to you, but did you document it? And you should. And I'm going to tell you why. What you think, what you feel, what you think other people know means absolutely nothing without your own receipts. You could purchase something from somebody in a store and go back, and the same cashier that rung you out and you talked about how great, she loved your earrings and the color of your hair was different. You had some conversation. She asked you for some recommendations and you gave them to her. You go back and try to change that item because it didn't fit, and without a receipt, not going to happen. The most you might be able to get, if the manager agrees, is a store credit. Who wants a store credit when you spent your cash? Hydrate, eat fruit, moisturize your feet, hands, and face, and keep your nose and your misbehavior out of other people's lives. Try it. It might work for you. Yep. So this goes for family, friend, foe, employer, business associates, and significant others. Watch yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You can't disrespect people. And sometimes people are so used to doing it and getting away with it because they think they're well spoken, or they think, they know a lot more than others. And usually, people do, and that's okay. You can't disrespect people. Don't be dismissive of people. Don't create bad situations for people and then expect the door to be open for you. Forgiveness does not mean you have to let that person back into your life in any way, form, or fashion. You don't. So for those of you, word on the curb is this, and it's on every curb. Your mouth will usually write a check that you can't cash. Number one, when you're used to being out of control. Number two, when you disrespect other people, don't expect everybody to take it sitting down. And don't try to be dismissive when people are letting you know that you're being disrespectful. See, that will close a door that won't open too. So none of us are perfect. We're all flawed. But when you give bad energy, for those of us who are adults, expect no energy. We're not returning your energy. We're not matching your energy. Your bad behavior is not worthy of it. You get zero energy. So if you don't take away anything else from this tonight, remember this. Treat people the way you want to be treated. If you have disrespected somebody, if you have harmed them, if you have lied on them, if you have cheated them, if you have been manipulative and cunning with them, you should apologize. And that person will always have the option of accepting your apology or not. But that's not what's important. What's important is that you make the effort to show that you have some ethics and morals, something that you didn't show when you had the first chance to do so. So, two things. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and watch where you drop your head in people's beds that don't belong to you. Hey, on that, I'm here at Word on the Curb. This was a short message tonight. It was on my mind and something that I needed to talk about. It's a little bit random, but it's out there for you. What doesn't apply, let it fly. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, find another pair of shoes. See how simple that is? Have a good night. Here at Word on the Curb, we appreciate you, we respect you, and we're happy to have you with us. We'll see you again soon. Good night.